Welcome to a special episode of your enlightenment program on the economy and inside agriculture, packaged to showcase Agric initiatives and projects and environmental impact aimed at improving food security as well as ensuring a sustainable development of the nation. I am Ile, a major your host. It is no longer news that agriculture is the mainstay of many economies of the world through its categories of crop production, livestock farming, and aquaculture, through the various value chain, including, among others, processing and marketing. In Nigeria, government from one regime to the other has rolled out agricultural policies that could strengthen the sector. On assumption in office, the present administration under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu demonstrated commitment to prioritize Agric when he declared the state of emergency on agriculture by unveiling a comprehensive plan on food security, affordability, and sustainability to tackling food inflation. In the push for agricultural renaissance, many states have developed strategies to partnering with relevant stakeholders in Agric value chain in order to record adequate significant benefits. While many states of the Federation have embraced the initiative as a welcome development, others are still trying to find their footing to increasing food production. And so in this special episode of the program, we are going to showcase analysis of the various value chain and measures that can help you and I seize the many opportunities in the subsector towards effective food security and wealth creation. We'll be back just after the promo. In case you just tuned in, you are on to your enlightenment program, the economy and inside agriculture. And we are showcasing the unveiling of a TV reality show on agriculture under the sponsorship of the governor of Niger State, Governor Mohamed Bago, who has declared plans to actively position the state as a key player in Nigeria's food security drive. Speaking in an interview with newsmen on how to solve the issues around food security, Governor Mohamed Bago, who was represented by the Commissioner for Agriculture in Niger State, Mr. Musa Salihu Bawa, disclosed efforts to developing Agric value chains and the need to increasing youth participation.
This Agrobase program is a TV show, and that will go a long way in encouraging and raising the interest of our youths to see agriculture as a career and business. These are part of the incentives that will motivate young people to key into agriculture. This is the first time we are having a farmer governor. He's the only farmer governor in Nigeria, and his mission is to make Niger State a powerhouse of agricultural development in Nigeria by developing a sustainable agroeconomy in Niger State with mechanization and value chain development and private sector development. And that he has shown that commitment, and as you can see that he has owned that sector, and that has really made farmers proud to see a governor being part of them So that's why you see the smallholder farmers in the United States have been doing so well because of his intervention and the support given to them to be able to produce food to solve the issue of food insecurity in Nigeria.
Also speaking, the convener of Agrovest TV reality show and Chief Executive Officer of Trema Agro Limited, Dr. Emmanuel Arboson, emphasized efficient productivity and expectations.
Our expectation is to see how we can change youth perception about agriculture, and also to see how we can also enhance their skill gap in agriculture, because in agriculture is not just about hoe and cutlass, it's beyond that. Agriculture is quite where creativity, innovations have to come to play, where we talk about soilless farming and other innovations that is coming to make sure that agriculture become interesting. And this is what we can only do when skills are actually improved, and this is one of the things the show is set to achieve. And we expect that Nigerians should just watch out and see that agriculture can be something very educating and entertaining, and that's one of the things Nigeria should watch out for. You will just be in your house and see how we're going to be performing magic, so that you can also learn and also implement some of these things. And the end goal is to ensure food security in the country. The show is slated to kickstart by 15th of September, where we're going to be having these participants coming. So in the next 30 to 60 days, we are going to be done with the audition for the participants themselves, and also camping them in Niger State, where we're going to be having the show take place. There are also countries that are going to be doing the same thing and also facilitating trade for these young people, encouraging work. We are also very active in the agribusiness sector, and so there are a lot of innovations that we are involved in, and I will say that it's going to be quite self-sustaining. So this is for us like a breakthrough into the market.
In their remarks and goodwill message, some development partners expressed support to strengthening agricultural practice in the country.
Women make up 70 to 80% of Nigeria's agricultural workforce. So we can see there's a large factor of women involved in agriculture. Yet, can you process that? Yet women have only 14% rights to farmland. That's what they own, after 80 to 70% of women. Okay, so the question remains, how do we close this gap? How do we create sustainable, inclusive solution? Not just handing out fish, but teaching them how to fish. Young women in agriculture face great challenges, right from restricted mobility, limited from financial, technological systems. The barriers are layered and real. To unlock this potential, we must act intentionally. A promise to unlock, how do we go on about for resolving this situation? A promise development, I read not a while back, did some few research, and a promise development of 1 billion agriculture agreement in Nigeria signed with Brazil in June 2025. This initiative promised mechanized equipment, service centers, comprehensive training. So it's opening doors more inclusive and participation, especially for women of youth as operators and technicians and entrepreneurs. Right. So how do we do more for the youth, for the women? Women deserve the opportunity to actively participate, lead in the various spaces. We must ensure access to land, financing, technology, training, and decision-making rates. This is how we achieve real and sustainable progress. I am committed to be part of this movement, amplifying voices, supporting capacity building, and advocating inclusive leadership for agriculture. So, to all women here beyond, mine passionate, I say that passionately as a woman. To all women here beyond, let's rise, let's unlock our full potential, lead with vision, purpose in agriculture and beyond.
If there is one thing we are known for as a people, if there is one thing we are known for as a country, is the fact that we are dogged and we are resilient, and then we have energy, we have strength, even in the midst of diversity, in the midst of, a whole lot of conflicts, in the midst of not knowing what to do, in the midst of emergencies. We have a way of standing out, and that is why we are still here. Agriverse is not just a reality TV show. It is a platform designed to help or to shine the spotlight on the vast opportunities and untapped potentials within the Nigerian agriculture. We aim to demystify the sector, showcasing the journeys, the challenges, the triumphs of individuals daring to venture into this vital industry. Through compelling stories, real-life experiences, agrocentric, tax, and some other things that will happen in the house, or you'll be hearing shortly in the course of this conversation today, or this unveiling today, Agriverse will connect aspiring and current agricultural entrepreneurs with valuable knowledge, resources, and potential investors. We believe that by showcasing the hard work, innovation, and dedication of those in the agricultural space through the Agriverse reality TV show, we can inspire a new generation to embrace agriculture as a viable and rewarding career path.
Committed to the transformation of agriculture and agribusiness through innovation, investment, and empowerment of young agripreneurs across Nigeria. The program, with the support of government, is aimed at empowering both youths and women across the 36 states and the FCT to be more involved in agriculture. It is with great optimism and a deep sense of purpose that I extend this goodwill message in support of this initiative to further transform the agri sector in Nigeria, anchored on the pillars of innovation, investment, and the empowerment of our women and youth. This endeavor holds the promise of reshaping not just our economy, but also the future of our nation. Agriculture has been the backbone of Nigerian livelihood, employing millions and feeding generations. Today, with information technology, we stand at a pivotal moment where innovation, the buy-in of stakeholders, policy reform, and strategic investment are geared towards unlocking the full potential in this vital sector. From subsistence farming to modernization and improved seed varieties to digital farming and climate-smart practices, the transformation on the way is both necessary and inspiring. Agriculture is no longer just a tool for survival. It is now a powerful engine for economic growth, job creation, and sustainable development. By embracing innovation, whether through precision farming, digital platforms, climate-smart technologies, or value chain modernization, we are unlocking new opportunities that were once out of reach. These innovations include precision farming and robotics, smart farming and IoT integration, advanced biological inputs, AI-powered tools, and laser weeding.
During a panel session, some Agric stakeholders pointed various measures to improving the subsector with reference to capacity building and people-friendly policies.
Just mentioned something. He gets a loan at 24%, even just from a DFI. How is he supposed to give out single-digit loans per annum? He cannot. That is where the policy shift needs to happen. The policy needs to be that any DFI or any agri financing, where your return from a farmer cannot be expected to be in double digits, or it's actually detrimental to the growth of the farm, you have to give out single-digit loans to the funder himself, so that he can on lend at a single digit as well. So everybody is here to make business. We all have to survive, we all have to make some money, right? That is where the government comes in. So the policies need to be seriously looked at in terms of how we are lending. There is a lot of funds internally in Nigeria. I'm sure you know that USAID has been shut down. After that, the whole conversation became how do we raise capital from within the country. We have family offices. We have more than 50 venture capital and private equity firms within Nigeria. We have 40 impact investment organizations within Nigeria, and we have hundreds of foundations. We know very well that the money is here. How does the policy also incentivizes the high net worth individuals to reinvest in Nigeria? You have a huge diaspora outside. How do you encourage them to invest in Nigeria? But the policies at the moment restrict foreign investment because we cannot repatriate the profits in foreign currency. We cannot fix the returns in terms of exchange rate. So look at what he's doing. He had to borrow in dollars, and now he has to repay in dollars at 3 times exchange rate. Where is that money going to come from? So these are very simple and basic policy and regulatory barriers that we have talked about for years. So they are not rocket science, and they need to be looked at very critically.
In an economy where this kind of problem happens, how do you think we can attract young people to face this kind of problem? It's a tough one. Yeah. But there are lots of opportunities in agro. Nigeria is a country with so much arable land for farming. I'm delighted that Niger State Commissioner for Agric is here. Please, let's give Niger a round of applause. When I sit on the board of a rice factory, and when there was no paddy rice during the serious crisis in Nigeria, we only fell on Kebbi and Niger to source our paddy rice. And not just source paddy rice, source good quality that has less sulfur content. You say I know so much in agri, because I've not turned to an agri person. So, but the point I'm trying to make is, we can only encourage people to go into agri by showing them that agri is actually profitable. Yeah. The agri system we farm in Nigeria is a farming to just sustain ourselves. We have insecurity to deal with. So you go to farm, you can get killed. We have very hard cost of finance. The typical cost of finance in Nigeria today from a bank is 48% less administrative charges. All right? How do I get financing at 48%? What do I do with it? All right? So when we say encouraging people to go into agri, not even just students, not even just core members, is to create an environment that enables it. I think lack of job or lack of employment in Nigeria already creates an environment for us to really empower people with agri. This is an opportunity. But how many people are into farming? How many people are even aware of the right packaging standards they need? So this kind of show, and that's why I'm very particular about coming for this program. This kind of show is where we should tell people what they need to be doing and how they need to do it right. All right? So that's how we start encouraging people to go into farming. Another way to start encouraging people into farming is to give input financing, which is a state government, a federal government, a development partner can say that this is seeds. You farm with the seeds when you harvest, and you manage it through extension service. Yeah. When you farm with the seeds and you produce, you sell back to us. Because what are the biggest challenges for a farmer today? Access to finance. But where the farmer even struggles to actually farm, access to markets. Off-takers. Where the farmer also off-take easily, how much does he make? In Nigeria today, a farmer makes per annum $478. Yes, that's what a farmer makes in a whole year. Yeah. So why do young people want to be in that kind of profession? Do you understand? I lend to farmers at just about 3% per month. Yes, just about 3% per month. And that's 6%. And I still feel it's very high.
Other panelists highlight the know-how to ensuring a sustainable growth of the sector.
I think we need to deploy the approach of system thinking. And using the system thinking approach, it's a holistic approach, and it will begin with the individual themselves. Because a lot of people have given up over the nation in terms of security, they've given up in terms of, so there are so many factors that even if you say you are giving money to people free to start agriculture, there must be a mind shift. I believe the journey will begin from there, where individuals will say to themselves, I'm willing to fail and fail again until I get it better. And that is why when you see people who have gone into the space, there are many who have backed out, not because they chose to back out. As a management consultant, I have done training with a couple of agri-based businesses like Abuja, Ajebo farms, and all of that. These people have an amazing system, but because of our roads, road network, so many things, so they have a lot of backlash. So unless we carry out a system thinking that comprises diverse aspects, look at Paga, for instance, when she started on the fintech space, everybody will believe that today Paga should be the one driving the entire fintech. So someone may begin the journey, does not mean it ends there. People understudy Paga to be doing what we are seeing today. It means that Paga was a case study. So Farm Crowdy should be one of our case studies. Thrive Agric, there are a couple of existing agro-fintech that are already running, and they are doing it well, in quote, well, they are trying. On doing a system thinking, it will help us to see how do we connect AgroVest and all of these existing stakeholders and the dying thought of even going into Agric, how do we bring it back alive to getting it to work? So it means we have to understudy the existing financing platform, see how they are doing, and with the AgroVest that we are taking advantage of now. So I believe that before we go further, there must be a system thinking that comprises the mastery of individuals in the space. There are a couple of things that need to go in place, and the discipline of, taking it, as a practice. Because young people, once they come into this space as the fintech, the normal fintech is now, that's not its highest. We're yet to see amazing things that will come out of it. Then we will see the great change and revolution that will happen in this space.
We are implementing a full system, not just, we are even gone beyond value chain. We are not just looking at the 3 levels of the value chain any longer. We are looking at all the full systems, to ensure that these innovations get right to the grassroots. These are part of the innovations that are coming up in the state, and the youth are also keen into that. Now, in the airport city, because it's sitting on the 3,000 hectares, it's not just the greenhouse alone. We're also going to have 1,000 hectares for livestock production. That's making the feedlots. And then from the feedlots, we have your abattoirs, and these meats are going to be dressed. Morocco wants to take part of it. There are some few other countries who have showed an interest that they really want this red meat from Nigeria, and so this is going to be taking place in the airport. And the remaining 1,000 hectares are going to be made for processing. We're going to build a warehouses, and then we're also going to have the milling factories for both rice and other commodities. These are also going to be exported to add value to whatever we are exporting. And of course, these are also going to be certified. They are going to be standardized. So we're working with all the certification agencies in Nigeria to ensure that all those products are certified for consumption.
We've had farmers complain about harvesting their crops, and before they get to the market or the consumer, it gets spoiled on the way. And we also had some farmers complain about high cost of transporting goods from the farm down to the market and the consumer. And we thought we need to bring an innovation down here in our country, Nigeria. What can we do? What solution can we bring? And we started manufacturing electric vehicles here in Nigeria. So we have cargo vans. We have cargo vans that carry crops from the farm to the market. You don't need to pay. You don't need to pay high cost of transportation. All you need to do is just to charge your cargo van and you drive. We've also created a means to innovate a cooling van for farmers who are into perishable goods like tomatoes. Now imagine a farmer in Benue State, for example, who is into tomatoes, losing over 50% of his crop because
to reshape agriculture program, which will serve as a saving ground for the nation's present predicament on youth perception towards agricultural sector. The Agro-based reality TV show, with the initiative of mass education and entertainment as measures to encourage our youth population to make up agriculture as a profession, and it practically demonstrates in real terms the various agricultural activities that can translate into sustainable economic benefit for them. In Niger State, the youth population, that is those within the age bracket of 18 to 35 years, account for about 60% of Niger State's population. They constitute the strength, bedrock, and the future of the state's growing economy. However, there is mass youth unemployment in Niger State. Youth Empowerment Program, the world over, is gradually taking the center stage of government economic policies. The major reason for this empowerment program is to meaningfully engage their active minds in areas like agriculture, which have the potentials to drive the development of the nation's economy, and at the same time cause a reduction in crime and other vices. In this regard, therefore, every effort that will attract and encourage the youth to take up agriculture as profession needs to be given serious attention. Various measures have been put in place to develop the youth in order to be responsible, peaceful, productive, enterprising, self-reliant, and above all responsive to challenges of building the states for sustainable prosperity. Youth participation in agriculture has remained a pressing concern in the state, despite the sector's potential for economic growth, food security, and rural development. Many young Nigerians are reluctant to engage in agriculture due to various challenges. One of the measures to encourage our youth population to take up agriculture as a profession is to practically demonstrate in real time the various agricultural activities that can translate into sustainable economic to benefit them. This is the idea behind the Agro-based reality TV show, with enormous advantage and encapsulated in their program objective. I therefore, on behalf of the former governor, wish to thank all of us and wish us a fruitful deliberation.
I was in Rwanda for 2 years, and there's some few things I picked from that country that I also believe is going to be of benefit to Nigeria. And also, it's a country that is also open for knowledge. I keep saying it anywhere. Nigeria, we don't have policy problems. In fact, one of the best brains in the world. We only have politics problem. So if I'm not in your party, I don't want to support your policy, even though I know that it's going to benefit the country. Am I correct? So I want to say a very big thank you to Niger State. This is not just a dream. It's becoming a reality. For us, is to immortalize Nigerians who are committed to commit themselves to the country. And you can see that beyond politics, the governor of Niger State has been doing so much in agriculture. we all are testimonials to that.
The height of the event was the presentation of gifts to appreciate the Governor of Niger State, Governor Mohammed Bago.
So it's a race. We want to race on a race to feed the nation. And thank you for doing that. The CEO of ECWD is this is where you forget your partner. This man will kill you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
One, two. Thank you.
We're going to be camping great Nigerians here.
And with that, we have come to the end of the special episode of the economy and inside agriculture. Congratulations, we say, to all key stakeholders out there with a determination to boosting food production and create more job and wealth creation opportunities for the good of all citizens. We also appreciate support of all states to implementing Agric policies, especially Governor Mohammed Bago of Niger State, as well as the convener, AgroVest TV reality show, Dr. Emmanuel Abosin. Meanwhile, we are hopeful that all these initiatives would indeed help improve the nation's economic space, all things being equal. I am Ile Emeche saying, join us again next time for another interesting episode of your enlightenment program.
Thank you.